You've got savings. You may have investments too. You're sensible with your money, and you're preparing properly for your financial future. And yet, you want more from your life savings while you're still young enough to enjoy them. Well, guess what? You don't have to accept the peanuts you're getting on your low interest savings. And you don't have to rely on those greedy bankers and fund managers who are providing dismal investment returns for you. And you certainly don't have to put off or forget about your longer term dream projects and ambitions in your life. Hello, I'm Adrian Botham, otherwise known as the Shares Coach, and I'm here to tell you that you deserve to get more for your money, to have bigger life savings, to have and to do the things that you want to do with your life, with whoever you want to do those things with, and before it's too late. If you'd like to learn how you can start taking control of your finances, investments and financial future, how you can start building a nest egg faster while you still can, and how you can start realising your life's ambitions while you're still young enough to enjoy them, then keep listening, because it's now a whole lot easier to achieve than you think. So you're getting on top of your finances, you have some spare cash tucked away as savings, and you probably have some of your earnings tucked away in a pension scheme or retirement account for later. You might even have started to invest some spare cash, bonus payments from work, redundancy money or family inheritance into other stock market investments of some kind. Well done, that's a major achievement, and one that most people don't get to enjoy. And yet, if you're like most of my clients who've reached this level of success in life, you feel shortchanged by the financial services industry. You're fed up of earning peanuts on your savings and having to constantly move your savings from one bank account to the next as you constantly chase the best interest rates and initial bonus rates. You're fed up of having to invest more money into your pension retirement account, only to receive an annual statement that says the value of your fund has fallen again. You're fed up of taking more risk with your money, investing it in mutual funds such as unit trusts, investment trusts and the like, only to discover that your fund has performed badly again. And the fund manager has still charged you initial fees, annual fees, performance fees, and probably fees on top of fees, you suspect, regardless. You're fed up of reading about greedy bankers, pension scandals, endowment scandals, insurance mis-selling, exorbitant costs, and performance fees and so on. But the worst part is, you're already working as hard as you can and working harder than ever. You feel like you're neglecting your family, but you're doing as much for your family as you can. You want to grow your life savings faster, but you're already saving and investing as much as you think you can. I understand. You still have dreams and ambitions of having and doing more with your life for yourself and your family. But you've had to put off your ambitions for too long now, and you've got to the point, or are rapidly approaching it, where you've given up all hope of living the life that you want to live, and that you want your family to live. And you don't feel as if you have any alternative but to keep going back to those shysters in the financial services industry. You feel as if you've painted yourself into a corner, don't you? But maybe there's a way out of it. You've heard that you can make bigger returns with the spare cash that you do have by investing in the stock market. Unfortunately, you've heard a lot of bad stories in the news media and heard tales of woe from your friends and colleagues' aborted attempts with company shares. They start you thinking, what if the stock market crashes? What if I lose my money and my friends laugh at me? What do I know about company stocks and shares in the stock market? How can I ever compete with the likes of the financial whiz-kids when I don't have access to the information that they have or the knowledge of what to do with it? In fact, sometimes you're secretly thinking to yourself, who am I kidding? Or perhaps you've already tried to learn about investing in shares in the stock market. You've bought and read several books about shares, investing and stock markets. You've talked to the investors you know and taken their advice. You've bought and read magazines, newsletters, tip sheets, etc. You've read blogs, websites and opted into their free offers. But after all that effort, time and expense, you've not got much to show for it. There's so much stuff to take in and you don't know where best to start. You feel overwhelmed. So at this point, you may be asking yourself, what does it take? How do I see through all that fog, financial jargon, and start to buy my first shares? What does it take to pluck up the courage to run the risk and start dipping my toes into the financial waters of the stock market? The answer is, it takes 7 steps. 7 steps to taking control of your own finances. 7 steps to learning how to invest successfully. And 7 steps to managing your own investments yourself. How do I know this? Because I've already been where you are now. I've been through what you are contemplating going through, and I've crossed those financial waters to the other side, still in one piece. My name is Adrian Botham, and although you might know me as the creator of the How to Invest in Shares blog, or the author of the book of the same name, available on Amazon, you might not know that I am a successful investor and have been for a number of years now. I bought my first shares in 1984 with some money left over from my student grant after completing my first year as a student at university. I didn't know what I was doing or how the stock market worked. I didn't even know why share prices went up and down, never mind what caused that to happen. I was clueless, and you probably know more already than I did then. So what happened next was that it took me another 7 years before I bought my next shares in 1991, and I was still clueless. Then in 1995, after I was given some shares by my employer as a special reward, I discovered that 93% of my money was invested with my employer, and only 7% invested in my other 2 shares. Now whilst I was pretty clueless about the stock market, this didn't look or feel right. My 3-share portfolio was very unbalanced. So I decided that I needed to sell some of my employer's shares and invest it into some other company shares instead, but I didn't know how. I had lots of questions. How do I buy and sell shares on a stock market? What is a stockbroker and how do I get one? Which shares will I buy instead? How do I research and decide which shares to buy? When is the best time to buy? Should I be investing for growth or income, and why can't I have both? How much risk should I be taking, and what do the experts mean by risk anyway? Why do they keep warning me that I might lose my money? Is it because I will lose my money if I'm not an expert? Why does it feel as if the bankers and fund managers are trying to frighten me off? Am I being greedy, reckless and stupid by wanting to get bigger and better returns with my money? As a result of all these questions, I did nothing for years, even though I wanted to get started buying and selling shares. By this time, I was earning more money at work, and so I also had some savings and investments in mutual funds that I had bought via a financial advisor. What I didn't realise then, but I know now, is that leaving my cash in the bank, earning peanuts in interest, and outsourcing my long-term investments to the so-called experts in the financial services industry was going to cost me thousands of pounds of my money. Thousands wasted on financial advisor fees and commissions, poor investment returns, fund manager fees, low rates of interest, endowment mortgage scandals, pension fund erosion, etc. I could go on, but believe me when I say that I learned my lesson the hard way. And so it was that I embarked on a journey of learning to manage my own investments. I have not looked back since, and have enjoyed much better returns than I ever did before. But how did I get started investing in shares? That's right, you've guessed it. I did it the slow way, because I had no other option. I started by asking people I knew about shares, and they were all just as clueless as I was. So my next move was to turn to books and magazines. I learned a lot this way, but it took me a long time. I had lots of questions as I went along, but I could only get answers to my questions by finding another book with the answer, or wait for a magazine to write an article about it. It was a long, slow road. Is this process sounding familiar to you? You see, in those days, it was the mid-90s, and the internet was very immature. As a result, it took me an awful long time to pluck up the courage to trust my own analysis and buy some shares in a company. And guess what? I lost money on those shares. That's right, I made mistakes. And what's more, I've made lots of mistakes since then, and I still make mistakes today, only not as many. That's my story, but things could be very different for you if you use what I mentioned earlier. My 7-step system. After a lot of trial and error and mistakes along the way, I finally learned all the things I needed to know, applied them successfully, and overcame my fears to buy my first shares via a stockbroker. Since then, I've developed my investing techniques and grown my share portfolio substantially, to the point where it is now my biggest investment, worth more than my cash savings, my property, and even my pensions. And to my surprise, I discovered that the returns I was making on my own investments were more than 3 times what they were on my savings and investments that were still managed by the so-called experts. I was tripling my investment returns. I've now distilled everything down into a system consisting of just 7 steps, which you can complete from start to finish in just 7 weeks, and this is it. Everything you need to start investing in company shares in the stock market. 18 training videos delivered via 7 weekly training modules. All the associated worksheets, templates and exercises you need. An innovative online software platform accessible from anywhere. Structured coaching questions to identify your own unique situation. Facilities to record your learning and results for your future reference. Coaching support from me, your coach, as you go along. Emotional support as well as technical support and knowledge. 7 weekly group teleclasses where all your questions are answered. You can even ask me further questions live during the teleclasses. Teleclass recordings, in case you miss any, are added to your weekly modules. There's a members forum where you can communicate with your fellow learners, and much, much more. Without question, my X to 3X in 7 system beats traditional learning methods. Why? Because as well as the learning that you get with traditional training programs, it enables you to apply your learning to your own situation, to create your own personal investment strategy and execute it, to work at your own pace whenever and wherever you wish, to ask me, your coach, any questions you like as you go along, to receive ideas and encouragement when you get stuck, to get a second opinion on your ideas before attempting new things, to have someone to congratulate you and share your success with, and someone to hold you accountable for your progress and keep you moving forward with your learning and your results when you start to feel low and feel like giving up. You know what I'm talking about here, don't you? You felt like that before, haven't you? When you've been trying to learn something new, and it's all got a bit overwhelming. Too much stuff for you to take in all at once. You can't see the wood for the trees, or you just don't get it, and you get to the end of your tether and decide that the easiest thing to do is to quit. Well, have no fear on this occasion, my friend, because I will be on your side. I won't let you give up on yourself, your family, your ambitions, your dreams. Even if your commitment starts to wobble, your confidence starts to get a bit shaky, and your knees start knocking, I'll be there to remind you why you started this training and what it will mean to you to complete it in full. Your success on this program matters as much to me as it does to you, probably more. Why? Because I'm a man on a mission. Don't worry if that doesn't make much sense right now. I'll explain more about it later on. Because as you work through my X to 3X in 7 system over the course of 7 weeks, you will begin to grow in confidence, grow as a person, and start to see how becoming a shared investor really can become a reality for you. Of course, you can take longer to complete the program if you wish. There's no need to feel pressured, and you can take a break if you need to, for whatever reason. You can find specific details of all 7 modules in the text below this video on my sales page, so I'm not going to talk about that here. Suffice it to say that they are 7 amazing and content-packed modules that are sure to get you started investing in shares safely with minimum risk and within the next 7 weeks. But here's the most important fact. It will grow you as a person and change your life forever. You already know that not everything in life requires money. Some of the best things in life are free. But you also know that not everything in life is free. Most things do actually require money. The life you lead and the things you get to have and do during your life are therefore dictated to a large extent by the finances you have available to you during your life. The extent of the finances you have available is determined by how much you start off with, how much you are given, e.g. through inheritance, how much you earn through employment, and how much you generate from your savings and investments. Most of us start off our lives with nothing. If you are lucky, you will inherit some money at some point in your life, but most of us don't, and in any case the timing of it is unpredictable and out of your control. Your earnings are dictated by your chosen employment, whether you start and run your own business, and how successful you are in your professional life. Your working life will probably last for 40 to 50 years at most, although it can be less if you have poor health, and it could be longer if you have your own business. So whether to save and invest some of your earnings or whether to spend it all is a decision that is entirely within your control and has the power to make a huge difference to the finances you have available during your life. The earlier you start investing, the better. The longer you continue to invest for, the better. By managing and controlling your own investments, you get to choose whether to focus on growing your nest egg or to realize the gains from it by focusing on income. And of course, you get to switch between the two throughout your life if you so wish. Hopefully you can see how having control over your financial destiny in this way grows you as a person and enables you to have and do more things with your life than would otherwise be possible. In a nutshell, deciding to take control of your own investments has the power to change your life forever. It certainly has for me, and it could do the same for you too. I've achieved my investment goals much earlier than I ever thought I would, and I am now setting newer, bigger goals for the next phase of my life. How about you? What kind of life do you want? And how could tripling your investment returns help you to accomplish the lifestyle of your dreams? My innovative and revolutionary X to 3X in 7 system is unique and is the most powerful training program you will ever invest in. It's a lot of training and coaching in one package. With this program, there are no mysteries left unsolved. You don't have to spend time wondering, will this work for me? You just get down to business, follow the steps, and enjoy the results. Yes, you need to take action. There's effort involved, but the rewards come quickly. And once you get that first taste of how different and easy managing your own investments can be, you'll never look back. There's a stairway leading to a door opening right in front of you, right now, for you to walk through. A door that leads to more financial freedom, a bank account with an exciting balance, and a lifestyle that means so much to the people in your life who love you. You can start my X to 3X in 7 program today and start seeing the changes in yourself and your lifestyle tomorrow. Your transformation begins as soon as you take the first step. X to 3X in 7 provides you with the 7-step system, the training, the application, the coaching support, and the support of your fellow peers via the forum, the same 7 steps that will change your life and your prospects forever, the way they changed mine. I've spent 15 years and invested thousands of pounds of my own money as a share investor, developing and refining each of these proven approaches to tripling your investment returns. If I'm honest, I've no idea how much money I've invested in refining my system over the years, but if I had to come up with a number, I'd probably, conservatively, estimate it at about $80,000. If you tried to do the same, I'd expect it to take you a similar amount of your money, time, dedication, and love. Yes, it was a labour of love for me, and it would need to be the same for you too if you are planning on attempting to achieve the same outcome. Alternatively, if you want me to help you privately, one-on-one, I estimate that it would take me at least 12 months to get you started on average. Of course, everyone is different, and it depends where you are starting from, but if we had to cover the full range of topics that is covered by the X to 3X in 7 system, a fair comparison, then I estimate that we would need a minimum of 24 private one-on-one coaching sessions. At the time of writing this, my private coaching sessions are $389 each, which equates to an investment of $9,336 for the coaching alone. If you then integrate that private coaching with all the other features of X to 3X in 7 into a fully tailored training and coaching program just for you, the cost to you would be more like $15,000. But I'm not asking you for that level of investment or time today, and that's because I'm a man on a mission. I believe that more people just like you would invest in shares if only you understood more about them, how to analyse and buy them, and how to manage the risks involved. This is the driving force behind my business, how to invest in shares, and is the reason I started it. My short-term goal is to help 1,000 non-investors like you to become share investors for the first time and to positively impact your lives in ways that are beyond your wildest imagination. Ultimately, I would like to be able to demystify share investing to the extent that investing in the stock market becomes as normal as opening a bank savings account. I therefore need you to become as successful, as abundant, and as contented as I am as an investor, and to tell me your story afterwards, so that we can change the lives of as many people as possible together. That's why I'm making this X to 3X in 7 program much more affordable than I ever thought possible. Right now, you can get instant access to the X to 3X in 7 system for a very competitive price, which means that in just 7 weeks from now, you could still be struggling to pay your debts, earning peanuts on your savings, receiving dismal returns on your investments, and putting off your lifelong ambitions, or you can be enjoying Christmas 2012 with your family and looking back on a year when everything changed for you. Make 2012 the year when you finally seized control of your investments and started tripling your investment returns. All this is possible when you follow my proven X to 3X in 7 system. Now I understand that even when a program makes perfect logical sense for you to invest in it, like X to 3X in 7 does, you may still want additional safeguards to make sure that it is 100% right for you. So I'm going to make this a no-brainer by offering to buy the program back from you at any time within 60 days of purchase if it does not meet all of your expectations. I'm so confident that my X to 3X in 7 program will deliver on my promises to you that I'm offering a 100% guarantee. If it does not meet your expectations in any way, then cancel at any time within 60 days of purchase and you will receive a full refund. 60 days is plenty of time for you to complete most of the X to 3X in 7 modules and to decide whether it is working for you and delivering the benefits promised. In the extremely unlikely event that you wish to cancel and receive a full refund, just email support@howtoinvestinshares.co.uk. So which door will you take? My friend, you can take the door that leads to further struggle with trial and error to find your own path to freedom, or you can take the door that guides you on a much shorter and easier journey to a new level of abundance and freedom in your life. I developed and refined this X to 3X in 7 system to allow you to take control of your finances, start tripling your investment returns like I did, and get more from what life has to offer you. Follow my 7 steps and experience the freedom to build the life you want with your family and leave financial stress and worry far behind you. It is possible for you. You can do this. Just choose the door that I am opening for you now, and I'll be with you every step of the way. The X to 3X in 7 Bootcamp is the door to your future as an investor and the life you seek. It's the next step to break away from earning peanuts on your savings and dismal investment returns and entering into a new world of possibilities. I've done everything I can to make it easy for you to take that step. Now it's up to you. Give yourself this early Christmas gift. It's a decision you'll never regret. If you have been facing challenges in learning to take control of your own investments and or becoming a share investor, then don't you owe it to yourself to try this extra 3x in 7 system now. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain with my 60-day full money back guarantee. So go ahead, order extra 3x in 7 now, and I'll see you again on the inside of the program.